Welcome back for another game of Disco Turkey Baseball. This one is set for against the Troutman Dawgs. As for the Disco Turkeys, they are on a 4-game losing streak, trying to find a way to get back into the win column. Currently sitting 2-5 on the season. Their most recent win coming back, coming on May 26th. That was Memorial Day. That was a 13-0 victory over the Marion Hungry Mothers. Last night, the Turkeys ended up losing back here at Mando.
Hey, how are you?
Yesterday's matchup on June 6th, that was a heartbreaker against the Queen City Corn Dogs, a 5-0 final here at Mando Field once again here at Rich Park in Mocksville, North Carolina. The 3 previous losses prior to that was against the Mocksville Spinners 7-4, the Pulaski River Turtles 7-3, and then the Yori Wampus Cats back on June 4th, an 11-10 final. Here in this very hitter-friendly ballpark, let's see if the Disco Turkeys can turn things around as they're set for first pitch here in just a matter of minutes against the Troutman Dawgs. Let's take a look around the outfield positioning here tonight for the Disco Turkeys. Gilming will start things off in the left field. Cushion center Miller will be on the right side of the outfield. Going around the infield will be Hall, Ogle, Horn, and Iwanowski going left to right. Behind the dish, that's going to be Parker. And on the mound for the Turkeys, that's going to be Kyle Figueroa finishing out the battery. As for the batting lineup for the Dogs, Modrak will start things off for number 4. He'll be playing shortstop. Josie's batting in the 2-hole. Number 20, he's playing second base, filling out the rest of the middle infield. Batting third, playing first, is number 21 of Robertson. Schwartz is in the cleanup spot. Number 8, he'll be behind the plate. Demaro will be wearing number 5. Batting fifth, he's going to be over at the hot corner. Smith batting 6, number 14, he'll be in right. Gaither, number 3, batting 7th, will be in center. Wodzinski is going to be in the left, batting 8th. And rounding things out will be the DH of Shoemaker, batting 9th. He will be DHing for the man on the mound, that being Paxton, number 10. We're going to take a quick break here as we're about 10 minutes away from first pitch. As for the man on the mound for the Turkeys, Figueroa looks to get things warm here on the left side of your screen. Once again, going to take a quick break here and we'll get set for first pitch. Welcome back here in Mando Field as we're set for game number 2 here in Mocksville, North Carolina. Disco Turkeys look to get back into the win column after a 4-game losing skid. Tonight's matchup will be against the Troutman Dawgs. Just a few more minutes here until first pitch between the Turkeys and the Dawgs. The Turkeys lost to 5-0 just a night ago back here at Mando Field here in the Mocksville Summer Classic. That being played here at Mando Field. Gonna go around the outfield positioning for the Turkeys. Gillaming will start things over. Gillaming will start things off over in the left. Cushion center, Miller over and right. Hall, Oglehorn, and Iwanowski going around to left to right. Behind the plate will be Parker, and on the mound will be Kyle Figgery set to get things started. Gonna take another quick break here, and we'll get set for first pitch here at Mando. Coming back here, top of the first, Disco Turkeys trying to find a way to go 1, 2, 3 through inning number 1 here against the Troutman Dawgs. Set to lay things off will be Modrak, batting 1 of 9, playing shortstop. It's going to be a right-on-right matchup here against Kyle Figure. From the right side, starting from the stretch, the first pitch just misses upstairs, ball 1. As this first pitch was thrown here just before 6:30 at the 6:29 mark. And we are underway here at Mando. 1-0's upstairs, just gets away from Parker. Down the count already, 2-0. The 2-0 gets away from Figure, as that will run inside to clip a piece of Modrak. Only have a leadoff base runner here in the first. Apologies for the delay here in the stream, as I am very much not a people person, if you will, and there's a lot of people up around me. Runner on first here. Gonna stay put. Foul tip straight back. That one's gonna be caught by Parker. And just like that, able to get ahead in the count here, 0-1. As Figure will remain from the stretch. Runner on first. That's a leadoff man of Modrak. Small lead as he'll stay put. Swing and a miss. Pitch upstairs. And just like that, Figure's found a way to get ahead. 0-2 here to the 2-hole of Josie. The Disco Turkeys' most recent victory comes against the Marion Hungry Mothers. That was on Memorial Day of May 26. Popped up right field, chasing after it's Miller. Takes a few steps back to his left. Now chasing in, makes the grab. A pop-up from Josie to Miller. Will put away out number 1 to bring up the 3-hole of Robinson. And Disco Turkey's next home game, that will be here in just a couple of days. That's going to be on the 8th. Apologies, that is tomorrow. Jumping lead over versus Modrak. Figure will just step off the back of the mound, reset things here. Still awaiting the first pitch to Robertson, that is. Robertson playing first base for the Dawgs. Low and out, ball 1. We'll get you the updated scoreboard here on screen in just a few minutes, as the fellow intern has made his way to do some extra task. The 1-0. Fastball thrown down hard of the plate. Just like that, it is 1-1. Bullpen for the Turkeys tonight will consist of Braden Rogers. Last outing came back against the Pulaski River Turtles. Did very solid up there. Runner goes. Modrak took a late jump, but not able to catch the throw as Parker was called a strike. A stolen base from Modrak puts a runner on second. 1 out with a 1-2 count against Robertson. This will be the 10th pitch of the inning. So far, only 1/3 of an inning at that. Here comes the 1-2 from Figure. Foul tip straight back into the fencing. Count will remain 1-2. And on deck, that Schwartz will be behind the plate for the Dawgs. Tomorrow will be behind him in the hole. He'll be playing third. Smith batting 6th, Gaither falling, Wodzinski in 8th, and Shoemaker the DH. Following out the lineup for the Dawgs. Here comes the 1-2, trying to find out 2. That's upstairs. Count evens, 2 balls apiece. Houston Ogle, the shortstop, holding on the runner. Modrak at second. Ogle is set to lead things off in the home half of inning number 1. Decent side lead, not going. Has a chance to backpick. Parker will hold on to it. That misses outside. We have a full count here to the 3-hole man for the Dawgs. Popped up right field. Miller trailing towards his right. Thought about it. Deke tried to apply the tag back at second was Modric as he went to fake the tag. Nearly gets picked off there. Instead, it's just a lonely fly out to right. 2 outs now for the 4-hole of Schwartz. Once again, apologies here about the on-screen count. Gonna do our best to keep that updated as we move along. Need 1 out to get out of the top of the first here at Mando. First pitch from Figgery misses outside to Schwartz. Yesterday we did not see a lot of deep counts, trying to keep that a tradition going here, as we are just able to beat a severe thunderstorm last night at the conclusion of the game. Here tonight, sunny or partly cloudy, if you will. Some clouds over in right field, but they're all nice white puffy clouds, and so far not showing any signs of rain, which is something I love to see, especially here in Mocksville. We got right at 3 inches of rain yesterday. Chopped. Going to be picked up by Ogle. He has 1 play over to Iwanowski, able to fire the bullet, and that will retire the first. Ground out from Ogle to Iwanowski. Retires the side, leaving a runner stranded on second, that being Mudrack. No runs, no hits on no errors, 16 total pitches from Figgery. Coming up for the Turkeys will be Ogle, Hall, and Miller. Coming back here, home half of the first. Turkeys were able to retire 3, leaving 1 stranded. First pitch swinging from Ogles, lifted to the right side. Smith, trailing underneath of it, makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out from Paxton. Will bring up the 2-hole of Hall.
Next up, third baseman, number 14, Andrew Hall.
As for the Disco Turkeys, they're going to be batting 10 here tonight. They have an extra hitter. That's going to be the 9-hole of Brock Welch. The DH would be Eli Joseph. From the windup comes Paxton. Another one pitch swing, and this is over to the shortstop Modrak. Not able to fire it as he takes a nasty fall on the lip, right between the infield grass and the dirt. Unfortunately, that's going to go down as an error. But that will put a runner on first now. 1 out to the 3-hole of Miller. That was easily a 6-3 putout. Luckily for the Turkeys, that resulted. Luckily, that puts a runner in position. Not something we've seen a lot of yesterday. It took a while for the Turkeys to get a base runner. Trying to keep the rally going here in the home half of the first. Runner goes. The throw is upstairs. Is a tag implied in time? It is. Andrew Hall gets caught out stealing. A lucky base runner after there from Modrak. Unfortunately gets thrown out trying to steal second from Schwartz. Chop to third. Another very quick out here as Amaro's able to fire that one over to Robertson. A 1-2-3 inning appeal after the caught stealing. No runners, no hit, no runners, no runs on no hits, no one error. That is as we head to the top of the second. Coming back here, top of the second inning, Kyle Figure looks to make his second inning of work through 16 pitches through the first inning, as we're set to go here in inning number 2. Starting things off, that's going to be tomorrow. Batting fifth. First pitch offering just misses the inside corner. Figure finds a way to fall behind here once again here in the second. Infield goes Hall, Ogle, Hornet, Iwaninski going left to right. The 1-0 popped up. That's going to get out of play. Evens the count. Ball and a strike apiece. Right on right matchup here. Hard throwing Figure here against Tomorrow. Top of the second. Fires it in. Popped up right side, giving chases Miller. Ends up letting that one go towards the fence. And Figure gets himself ahead here, 1-2. Trying to find another quick inning here in the second. Last night the Turkeys played here at Mando Field once again. Lost 5-0 to the Queen City Corn Dogs. 1-2 misses upstairs. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes apiece. Outfield goes Gillaming, Kush, and Miller. Left to right around the outfield. Parker behind the dish. The 2-2. Foul tipped it. Able to stay alive as the count remains 2-2. Sixth pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Figure working from the stretch, right side of the rubber, fires it in, catches the outside corner, sits him down looking, as we'll move to the 6th hole of Smith. Is going to. One out now, first strikeout design from Figure. That goes against tomorrow as we're here into the 6th hole of Smith. First pitch catches the outside corner, called strike, 0-1. Gaither waits on deck. Wadzinski batting in the 8th hole. He's going to be in the hole, and Shoemaker right behind him. Changeup catches the outside corner, 0-2. Smith hasn't lifted his bat off his shoulder yet. Need to find a way to do so here as Figure looking for another punch out. The 0-2 chopped right field side. Miller's coming in underneath of it, gonna let it drop in front of him. A 1-out single here for Smith will bring up Gaither. Apologies here. I believe this is the second base runner for Trout for the Dawgs. Indeed so. Smith recorded himself a single back in the first. Stays put at first as the first pitch is outside, ball 1 to Gaither. Wadzinski waits on deck to left fielder. As for Gaither, he is in the outfield as well, playing center. 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike, and an out. Here from Figure. 11 pitches in the inning thus far, pushes them up to 27 on the evening here through 1 1/3 innings of work. Checks on his runner, small lead as that's grounded to short. Ogle, the horn, over to Iwaninski, able to pick it out of the dirt. Interference from the second base runner, that being Smith. A double play ends it. A 6-4-3 is how the top of the second will go down in the books. Bottom 2 coming up. Right after this, it's 0-0 between the Turkeys and Dawgs. coming back here, bottom of the second. A 4-pitch inning from Paxton. Back in the first as he'll come back out here in the second. Let's see if anything changes here for the Turkeys. Was able to watch the first pitch downstairs. Ball. Was that a called strike? Apologies there. 1 ball and a strike here. Putting things off is the center fielder of Oliver Kush. Here's the 1-1. Just catches the inside corner. That started just a tad inside and ran over the inside portion of the plate. Turkeys have 1 hit so far tonight. That comes back in inning number 1. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout. We'll leave things off here in the second as Oliver Kush goes down swinging. This will bring up Wyatt Iwaninski, the first baseman for the Turkeys. On deck, that's going to be the DH of Joseph, followed by Parker, Gillaming, Prockwelch, and Horn. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Working to wind up here is Paxton. 1-0 delivery, chopped over to third. DeMauro fields it cleanly, pumps it once, fires it over to Robinson. Out number 2, just like that. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. Had time to double pump it. Still able to get Iwaninski down on a ground out. 2 up, 2 down here in the second will bring up Eli Joseph. Once again, the DH for the Turkeys. First pitch upstairs nearly clips him up near the helmet area, ball 1. The Turkeys yesterday, although not scoring, did a very decent job of finding a way to put a runner on with 2 outs. And they keep that going here. Fly down the right field side, that's going to go up on the hill. Ball and a strike. Here's a 1-1. Popped up. Tailing towards the right center field. Gaither underneath of it. Trailing towards the track. Makes the grab, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Here in the second. Gaither able to make the grab there. 9 pitches. No runs, no hits, no errors. Wadzinski, Shoemaker, and the top set to come up right back for the Dawgs. Welcome back here in the Mando field as the Turkeys are in game number 2 here in the Mocksville Summer Classic. Once again here at Mando Field in Rich Park, Mocksville, North Carolina. Figure out for his 3rd inning of work. So far, no runs on a hit. Swing and a miss over the first fastball, 0-1. Wodzinski starting things off here for the Dawgs. From the right side, the right-on-right matchup. Swing and a miss over the changeup. And just like that, Figuere's up in the count, 0-2. Looking for a punch out here to start the third. That would be really great for the Turkeys. Claps him up on the back, 0-2. Puts a runner on first, nobody out. Second hit by pitch from Figure. Figure has one strikeout that had a chance to be number 2. Unfortunately, it was not. As for Paxton and the Dawgs, there's one strikeout. No hit by pitches. First pitch outside nearly gets away from Parker. A wild pitch would have put Wodzinski over on second. Shoemaker batting 9 out of 9 for the Dawgs. Top set to come up after Shoemaker. Working from the stretch. Fires it home outside, back pick to first, nearly gets away from Iwaninski, the first baseman. 2 balls, no strikes here against the 9-hole of Shoemaker. Pickoff move over the first, keeping him honest. As the count still is 2-0 here to Shoemaker, the 9-hole. Fastball down the heart of the plate, called a strike. Count evens. Apologies, 2-1. There's a scoreboard here in right field. Just a tad bit fast. The 2-1 delivery catches the outside corner. Still looking for Shoemaker to lift his bat off his shoulder. Last time there was 2 strikes that ended up clipping the back of Wodzinski, and that's who stands on first. Taking about a 6-foot lead, first baseman Iwaninski holding him on. Swing and a miss, that sits down Shoemaker, first out of the inning, and brings things back over to the top of the lineup, as that was his second strikeout of the night from Figure on his 8th pitch of the inning. Modrek, the leadoff man for the Dawgs, was hit by a pitch back in the first. A leadoff hit by pitch, if you will. He got stranded on second. After stealing, runner goes, pitch upstairs. Parker just let him take it. Unsure about what happened there, called out, as he thought that may have clipped the back of him. Instead, a pickoff move to second ends up working as Wodzinski came off the back of the bag. A base running mishap from Wodzinski leads to the second out of the inning. Not sure exactly how that goes down in the rule book, but regardless, there's 2 outs here in the third. 1-1 count here. Broken bat as we are in a wood bat league here for the Disco Turkeys. Ground out to first will end the third. A weird inning there. Results in a grade A chance for the Turkeys to take some momentum and head into the home half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors on 11 pitches. It's going to be Parker, Gillaming, and Welch up for the Turkeys going bottom 3. Coming back here, home half of inning number 3, Turkey's trying to find a way to get on the board here early, as they've gone 11 innings without scoring a single run here at Mando Field, a very hitters-friendly ballpark, but haven't been able to find a way to get onto the board. Landon Parker set to start things off here for the Turkeys in the third, batting 7 of 10, as the Turkeys are batting an extra hitter. First pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. The Turkeys' next home game, that will be tomorrow at the Marion Hungry Mothers. Upstairs, ball 1. Count evens 1-1. The Disco Turkeys against Hungry Mothers have a 1-1 record. Lost 11-4 on May 24th. Won 13-0 on the 26th. They lost at home and won away. And that's one of the 2 Disco Turkey wins coming back on May 26th, at 13-0 victory. Catches the inside corner. And Parker falls behind 1-2. So for only 1 strikeout from Paxton, that was a leadoff man of the second to Cush. Pop straight back, nearly goes in play as the count remains 1-2. Paxton working from the windup. Bases are empty here for the leadoff man. The 1-2 upstairs will watch as it go by, as the count evens once again 2-2. 18th pitch of the afternoon from Paxton. That's his 5th of the inning. 9 pitches is his inning high so far tonight. Popped up in the infield. Josie trailing after it. Now coming in. Makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. A fly out to Parker will bring up the 8-hole. Of Jacob Gillaming. 3 flyouts so far for the Turkeys. 2 groundouts. 1's reached on an error and a K. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. This game had a lot slower of a pace than yesterday. Chopped to third, backhanded, but not able to field it. Clean was Demaro. Let's see how they score it. I'm going to give him an infield single, as that was a hard shot down the third base line. First base knock of the night for the Turkeys comes to the 8-hole of Gillaming. Now comes Brock Welch up to the dish. This will tie Paxton for the longest pitch count of an inning thus far, as that misses outside, ball 1. Had a chance to tie there with a double play, but Welch watched that one go by. Decent side lead over at first. Gillaming, that is. Pickoff move. Able to get back in safely. Has had 1 runner attempt to steal second. That was Hall. Ended up getting thrown out by Schwartz. Dancing lead over at first from Gillaming. Runner stays put after trying to deke the man on the mound of Paxton. That catches the inside corner, 1-1. Roderick and Josie, the shortstop second base combo, sort of pinching close to second, trying to get a double play, and for them that would get them out in the home half of the third. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 against Welch. 1-2 catches the outside corner, sits him down looking. A good frame from Schwartz leads to a backwards K. That will bring up the 10-hole of Peyton Horn, the second baseman. It appears that the same defensive alignment will come back out for the Turkeys. First pitch upstairs, ball one. Figgery indeed looks like he's going to come out for his fourth inning of work. Picked off. Going to be in a rundown between first and second. Modric over to the Paxton. Out of the baseline, called out. Picked off is Gillaming. Two base runners have been on for the Turkeys, but neither one of them has been able to advance the second safely. One being picked off, that's Gillaming just now, and a caught stealing earlier in this one. And that's how the third inning will come to a close. No runs on a hit, no errors, 13 pitches. Top of the fourth coming up right after this. It'll be Josie, Robertson, and Schwartz. Coming back here, top of the fourth here at Mando Field in Rich Park. That's in Mocksville, North Carolina. This used to be home of Davie County High School baseball. As a first pitch swinging, snagged by Iwaninski over at first. A diving play over to his right will retire Josie. One up, one down here in the fourth. One pitch, one out. That's the 40th pitch of the night for Figgery through 3 1/3. Davie County High School used to call this place home until 2017 when they built the new high school, that being over in Farmington Road. Carolina University still calls this home, although they're based out of Winston-Salem, just a few blocks away from the Dash Stadium. First pitch called a strike here, 0-1 against Robertson. Swing and a miss over the fastball. And just like that, Figgery's ahead in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 chop foul, that goes straight back. As the count remains 0-2 here from Figgery against Robertson. Man waiting on deck is Schwartz. 0 for 1 so far. As for Robertson, he's popped out to right. Swing and a miss. Sits them down on a strikeout. 1 out, 2 outs here in the fourth. As for Schwartz, he's 0 for 1. Grounded out to Ogle back in the first. That's how the first inning came to a close. Trying to do the same thing here in the fourth. First pitch called a strike, 0-1. A much different look than Wake Forest being played over at the couch. Field dimensions here are a lot smaller. 300 down the third base line, 340 to dead center, and 335 to right. Although it's 342 to dead center, left center appears to be the deepest portion here at Mando. That's just to the right of the POW sign. Popped up the 1-1. Medium center field, Kush underneath of it, takes 2 steps back behind him. Able to grab it, nearly drops it. That was on the transfer, because of course it was. As Kush will retire the inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up right after this quick break. Score still remains tied up at 0. Coming back here in the Mando field as we're set to start things here in the 4th. Paxton remains on the mound. Not many substitute players here for the Dawgs. I can see about 2 or 3 down in the dugout, that is. As I was mentioning back in the top half of the 4th, the Carolina University calls this place home. Their home side dugout is this third base side. But there's another team that calls this home as well. That's the Mocksville Davie American Legion baseball team. Probably. They call first base side home. First pitch found back 0-1. Is this 50 years of American Legion baseball? 100. Okay. 0-1 here against Horn. Still looking to make it through the first time through the lineup as we're here in the 4th inning. Called a strike on the inner half. 0-2. Here the Peyton Horn. Hyde coming right back to the slider on the inner half. Fastball upstairs. Misses. Did he go? Infield umpire said no. A ball and 2 strikes. On deck, that's going to be the leadoff man of Easton Ogle, the shortstop. Here's the 1-2 delivery, sliders whiffed on, ends up being tagged out by Schwartz for out number 1. And now we go back up to the top of the lineup. Ogle's 0 for 1 so far. Mr. Ogle, he flew out to Smith back in the 1st. That's the right fielder. Wazinski over in left, Gaither in center, Smith in right. Tomorrow playing 3rd. Motorek and Josie, the middle infielders. Robertson over at 1st. Here's a 1-0 swung on and missed as the count evens 1-1 here, 1 out in the home half of the 4th. Still looking for the first run here at Mando. Turkeys gave up 5 a night ago. That coming up against the Queen City Corn Dogs. Back about 24 hours ago, I believe in the 5th or 6th, that would have been the 5th inning. It was a 3-run bomb by the Corn Dogs, giving them a 3-0 lead. Until then, no runs have been scored, looking oddly familiar here tonight. That one bounces down in the dirt, 2-1. 3-1, that is, apologies. Ogle flew out on the first pitch in the 1st. Was able to draw out a longer at bat here in the 4th. Fastball down the heart of the plate, 0-3-2, that is. Payoff pitch up coming from Paxton. Is a slider coming? No, as that's popped straight back. Oh, some sort of off-speed pitch. As we'll have to redo this 3-2. Disco Turkey's next game, that's going to be a away game coming tomorrow night in Marion. That's in Virginia. About an hour, 45-minute drive northwest here in Mocksville, right at an hour and a half from Winston. Payoff pitch popped up in the infield. Mando calling off the third baseman tomorrow. Right inside the infield grass, makes the grab, route number 2. Makes it out just about the same area as which he made the error to Andrew Hall back in the first. Andrew Hall hit a small roller where Mando had to come in charging, end up tripping over the infield grass. Learned where it was the batter to go and made the high pop-up catch for out 2. Swings over top of that one, 0-1. As for Hall, he ended up being thrown out trying to steal second. Slider misses inside, 1-1. Here comes the delivery. Downstairs, nearly got a frame from Schwartz. Paxton falls behind, 2-1. As for Hall, he's had 2 base knocks, 1 to the left side and 1 to right field. Then is coming at home this season. Between here at Mando and at Wake Forest. Trying to find a way to get on base here, 3-1. On deck is Miller. Looking to get his first at bat since the first inning. Gotta be perfect as a 3-1 catches the top half of the zone. 3-2. Still no score here in the fourth. Back-to-back payoff pitches. Last one resulted in a ground out. This one goes right back up the middle. Going to be play for Josie. Backhanded over at second. Fires it to Robertson. And gets out of this one. 3 up, 3 down here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors. 17 pitches for Paxton. He is up to 42 on the evening. Top of the fifth we go. It'll be tomorrow, Smith, and Gaither. Coming back here in the fifth inning, trying to get another shutdown inning from Figure. Called a strike on the inner half, 0-1. And at the plate, that's tomorrow. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Popped up right field side. That's going to get out of play. Just like that, it's 0 and 2. As for tomorrow, he's strikeout looking back in the second for out number 1. Here's the 0-2. Chopped over the second. Horn's able to field it cleanly, flipping it over to Iwaninsky for out number 1. This will be the 50th pitch of the night for Figure. 4th pitch of the inning. And at the deck, that's Smith. Here's the first pitch offering, misses upstairs, ball 1. As for Smith, he singled back in the second, ended up being involved in a double play. Not sliding into second resulted in a interference call, which led to that double play. That ended the inning. Flied right field side, that's going to drop down and foul ground. 1-1 the count. Fouled on off down the right field side, slightly shifting over the right to the outfield. Change it over the outside part of the plate, called a strike. And just like that, he's down to 2 strikes. As I mentioned, he singled back in the second. One hit aside for both sides. Swing and a miss, that sits him down swinging. Out number 2 of the inning. And so bring up Gaither. Gaither was the one that hit into the double play that ended the second inning. As for him, there's no runners on here in the 5th. Looking for another quick 1-2-3 inning. Same thing happened back in the 4th. Swing and a miss. One over top with a fastball, 0-1. Josie, Robertson, and Schwartz. We're at a 3-up, 3-down combo in the 4th. A line out to the first baseman, strikeout, and a fly out to center. That's how the 4th came to be. Down and out. Able to watch that one go by is Figure. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. Popped up right center field, giving Chase Miller towards the wall, off the outfield wall, off the skyline. Advertisement sign, chasing in for 2. Stand up double here with 2 outs for Gaither. Brings up Wodzinski. Still here, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Wodzinski batting 8th. As for him, he was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. 1 of 2 hit batsmen so far for the Dawgs. First pitch outside, ball 1. Hogle in the back pocket of Gaither over at second. Here's a 1-0. Just missing the outside corner. Falling behind now, 2-0. Dawgs out to 2 hits. So far, still no runs. 2 outs now. Down and out. Figure. Can't seem to figure out the strike zone. Here to Wodzinski. Ends up falling in a hole on the mound. Seems to be doing okay. But down the count now, 3-0. So far, no walks, although there's been 2 hit by pitches. Still scoreless here at Mando. Called a strike downstairs. Trying to work it back here, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch lined left field has a chance. That's going foul. Long shot here from Wodzinski. Just in that one foul. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen so far. Brings us to a full count now, 2 outs. Trying not to leave Gaither over on second. As for the Turkeys, they need some momentum going into the home half. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. And this will bring up the 9-hole of Shoemaker. He's 0 for 1 thus far, striking out for out number 1 in the 3rd. Here comes the coach out for the Turkeys. Going to take a quick break. We will be back here and continue top of the 5th. Coming back here, Figgery will remain on the mound. Ferguson second, 2 outs here in the 5th. Batter will be Shoemaker. 0 for 1, striking out earlier tonight. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Sun being shaded by some clouds over in right field. Runner on second, that's Gaither. Decent side to lead. Ogle was over in the back pocket. Batter called a timeout. First timeout here in the 5th. 17 pitches in the inning for Figgery. Here's the 0-1. Slider catches the inside corner. 0-2 here to the 9-hole of Shoemaker. Shoemaker was the first out back in the 3rd inning. Was a strikeout victim. And Sir Figgery trying to do it again here in inning number 5. Getting a sign from Parker. Comset working from the stretch. Shaking his runner at second, fires home the 0-2 right down the heart of the plate, sits him down looking. No runs on a hit, no errors, 19 pitches for the Turkeys. That will bring Miller, Kush, and Iwaninski up to the dish as we head to the home half of inning number 5. Coming back here, home half of the fifth. Still scoreless. Take the run off second. Paxton still out for the Dawgs. First pitch inside nearly clips the 3-hole of Gage Miller. That misses inside, ball 1. Miller 0 for 1 so far as that's inside once again. Just like that, it's 2-0. As for Miller, he grounded out to DeMauro back in the first. First pitch swinging resulted in the third out. Here's a 2-0. Chopped hard down the third base side. That goes foul. 2 balls and a strike now against Miller. 82 degrees here at Mando. That's where the Turkeys are looking to get past their 1 hit so far through 4 innings. Slider. Was he able to hold his swing? He was. 3 balls and a strike now. Firing at home, grounded. Mudrock over at short, fires a bullet over to Robertson. Out number 1. Had a good count to do some damage, instead rolling over. And that's how they retire the first out here in the 5th. This brings Cush up to the ditch. He's 0 for 1 as well. Strikeout to start the second. Swing and a miss, 0-1. As for Paxton, he has 3 strikeouts tonight. Turkeys have done well about putting the ball in play, but so far has not done any damage with runners on the bases. As you can see above, they've only had 1 hit so far tonight through 4 1/3 innings of work. Fouled straight back here into the netting, and it's 0-2. Turkeys on a 4-game losing skid, trying to get back into the 1 column. Their most recent victory coming on Memorial Day, May 26th. That was a 13-0 victory against the Marion Hungry Mothers. The next Disco Turkey game will be tomorrow night in Marion against those same Hungry Mothers. They have a 1-1 record against, losing their first matchup at the couch. Grounded into left field. A 1-out single from Kush will bring up the 5-hole of Wyatt Iwanowski. Has a chance now to do some damage in the 5th. A 1-out base runner. As we're trying to get something going here in the 5th. So far, both base runners from the Turkeys have either been picked off or caught stealing. Called a strike upstairs. 0-1. One's outside. This count evens 1-1. Infield goes to Margaret third, Mudrock over at short, Josie at second, Robertson at first, holding on the runners. That's popped up in the infield. Mudrock, the shortstop, calling for it right at the infield grass for out number 2. On first, that's Kush. After a 1-out single, that catches the inside corner on Joseph. 0-1. Trying not to beat a third out over at first. Pickoff keeping him honest. Ends up going in, standing up. Nearly hurts him. 82 degrees here at Mando Field. The next game here at Mando will be on Monday. That'll be on the Mocksville Davie American Legion baseball page. As that's outside for ball one. 100 years of American Legion baseball. And a good chunk of those as well being played here at Mando. Fakes goes picked off over the first. Picked up by Robertson, nearly able to apply the tag in. Short's not a catcher you want to mess with here, as he's shown it so far tonight. A ball and 2 strikes here against Joseph. Joseph 0 for 1 so far tonight. A decent sized lead over at first. Goes! Pitches downstairs, gonna be a stolen base for Kush. First base runner to reach second base as that pitch misses downstairs, ball 2. ...180 feet away from scoring the first run in 2 games. Slider catches the outside corner. That will leave him there. A strikeout will end the 5th. No runs on a hit, no errors. 17 pitches for Paxton. Modrak, Josie, Robertson set to come up, going top of the 6th. Haley's gonna get me a pizza from Pizza Hut. You think a medium would be big enough? There's a food truck right outside. Unfortunately, it's locked.
You guys got Blue Gator ready?
We're locked up in here.
What's that?
It's all locked. We can't get to it.
Oh, really? Okay, I got you. Thank you.
First pitch swinging as we come back here in the 6th. That's fly down the right field side. A long strike, 0-1 after the foul ball. Figgery still remains on the mound here for the Turkeys. It appears that the bullpen's either all nice and warm for the Turkeys or they're set to start throwing. It appears that they're done throwing. That misses inside, 1-1. Figures 1-1. That's a white chalk outside. He'll fall behind the count 2-1. Brandon Parker, the catcher for the Turkeys, is set to start here in the home half of the 6th. As for us, it's the leadoff man, Mundrak. He's 0 for 1. Second hit by pitch of the night. They'll put another leadoff base runner up for the Dawgs. This one coming top of the 6th. First pitch swinging, caught by the first baseman. Ionoski will step on the back. A double play. Nothing that Mudrat could have done there. A huge double play there. Puts 2 outs on the board here for the Turkeys.
That's the 2-line drives they caught at first base. Too hard.
First pitch catches the inside corner. 0-1 here from Figure. That's a 71st pitch of the night. So far thrown 6 pitches here in the 6th. Trying to find a way to get out of the inning under 10. The 0-1 swinging. Fouled it off down the first base side. Just like that, he's down the count 0-2. Schwartz waits on deck for the Dawgs. For the Turkeys, it would be Parker, Gillaming, and Welch. Oh, and 2 here from Figure. Fires at home, foul down the first base side, up onto the hill. Count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Inside, did it clip him? Says it did. Second hit batter of the inning. And that's the 4th hit batter of the night, and that might be the night for Figure. Let's find out here in just a second. No. Coach talking things over with the home plate umpire, trying to figure out where that exactly hit him at. Home plate umpire not in the mood for talking things over whatsoever as he brushes off home plate. Not even asking for help for the infield umpire. Figure down talking with Parker right in front of home plate in the right-hander's batter's box. If things stand, Schwartz will be the man up to the dish.
He ain't gonna change his mind.
Yeah, looks like it's about to toss the coach for the Turkeys. It looks like somehow it appears he has not been ejected, as the coach will make his way back to the dugout. Let's see if this changes the strike zone at all here for Figure. Runner on first, 2 outs. A double play just a few moments ago puts 2 outs on the board here in the 6th. If not, bases would be loaded. First pitch flying right field side. Miller trailing after it. Makes the grab. A 1 pitch out will bring things to the home half of inning number 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. 10 pitches for Figure. Will take us to the home half. Parker, Gillaming, and Welch set to come up for the Turkeys. It's still 0-0. Coming back here, home half of the 6th. Turkey is sort of in the same situation as they were a night ago. Still a scoreless ball game here in the home half of the 6th. Home plate umpire, first base umpire, first base coach for the Turkeys, and coach of the Dawgs talking things over here on the first base side. I can only assume it's still about that last hit by pitch in the top half of the 6th. Jeremiah Johnson on the mound for the Dawgs. It appears that everything's going to stay exactly the same way it was. Nothing changes, but there appear to be a substitution over at second. It looked like number 21 out, but that's who I have down listed as Josie. As Jeremiah Johnson's going to work from the stretch. I got it, Jeremiah.
Abe Johnson. Abe Johnson.
There we go.
Abraham Johnson.
Abraham Johnson, that is. Apologies, as that's not Jeremiah. 0-1 to count here to Parker, leading things off here in the 6th. 0-1's upstairs as the count evens, a ball and a strike. Killaming waits on deck for the Turkeys. Following him will be Welch and Horn. Still in the second time through the lineup. That pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. A right-on-right matchup here for the first outing for Johnson. Fires it in. That misses inside. 3 balls and a strike. Appears like the strike zone has not changed too much after the confrontation between the home plate umpire and the coach of the Turkeys. 3 balls and a strike here, trying to find a way to get a leadoff base runner. That just misses the outside corner for a leadoff walk. Now put Parker over on first and bring up Jacob Gillaming. He's 1 for 1 so far.
Next up, left fielder number 4, Gilby.
He singled back in the 3rd and that being picked off as well. 1 of 3 base runners so far tonight. Outside, ball 1. We've only had 1 base runner reach second base so far. That was Cush after stealing second. Short's not able to pick that ball cleanly. Led for Cush to steal second. Besides that, we've had no base runners advance further past second. Here's a chance. I'll accept for short. Murdoch over to Robertson. Was he able to hold the bag? He was. Out number 1, a fielder. That's 6-3 putout. Well, put a runner on second, 180 feet away from crossing home. As I mentioned all night, the Turkeys are still looking to get their first run here in the Mocksville Summer Classic. They lost 5-0 yesterday. Still tied up in a gridlock here at 0. Runner on second, 1 out, that's Parker. First pitch to Welch, misses outside, ball 1. That's a Welch. He struck out back in the 3rd looking. From the stretch. Line to left field. That was hit right at Wadzinski for out number 2. One of the hardest hit balls so far of the night for the Turkeys. Unfortunately, that went right into the glove of the left fielder. Second out of the inning.
Second baseman number 2, Peyton Horn.
Trying to continue the inning. Here's the 0-1 Horn. Trying to flip the lineup back over to the top. He struck out the start of the 4th. Nearly picked off over at second. The Dawgs pitching staff has been solid. both with command at the plate alongside being able to hold runners very consistently. Outside ball 1. As for Parker, that's his first time reaching base. That was on a walk. Trying to draw out the inning here in the 6th. Downstairs, 2-0.
That's a new catcher.
Just under 180 feet away from reaching home is Parker. Walking lead over at second, going to stay put, the 2-0. Outside, 3-0 here to Peyton Horn. Hogle waits on deck. Float to right and float to short so far. Is the man on deck. Trying to keep this inning going. And this pitch has got to be perfect as the 3-0 catches the inside corner. Won't be a 4-pitch walk as Johnson nearing to throw his 14th pitch of the inning. Back in the bottom half of the 1st. The starting pitcher had a 4-pitch inning. As a 3-1 outside gets away from shorts, that will put a runner on third 90 feet away after the 5-pitch walk. Need some timely hitting here from the leadoff man Vogel. Bullpen is empty for the Dawgs. As for the Turkeys, they have Braden Rogers set to warm up. First pitch offering here outside nearly gets away from Schwartz. Parker will stay put, 1-0. Tomorrow, third baseman playing pretty far off the third base bag. As Parker has a walking lead down the third base line. Fakes goes, that's going to be caught by the third baseman of tomorrow. Had him played perfectly. Leaves 2 runners left on base for the first time tonight. Unfortunately, not able to draw home a run. 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors will end the 6th. Still tied at 0 as we go to the top half of inning number 7. It'll be Damara, Smith, and Gauthier.
Hello and welcome back to Mando Field here in Mocksville, North Carolina, as we head into here to the top of the 7th. Both sides still with zeros on the scoreboard. New pitcher on the mound for the Disco Turkeys is the right-hander Banks Cox. first pitch is slapped down the right field line. That's a base hit. He's going to round first and head over to second. He's going to make it in standing up. DeMoro registers that double, as the Dogs will start to threaten early.
Next up, the catcher number 8, Sherwood Schwartz.
It's going to bring up the catcher Schwartz, who's 0 for 3 so far in this one. First pitch taken high and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Driven over to the first baseman. Foul territory, and he makes the grab. That'll put 1 away.
The batter's third baseman number 5, Mando.
That'll bring up DeMoro. Pitch is taken low and away for ball 1. One 0 count. Robertson standing on second base. That one is taken and catches the up and inside corner. Evens the count up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. It's been a pitcher's duel so far with both sides. They've had their opportunities, but they've been unable to come through. 2-1. Taken outside. Bring the count to 3-1. Disco Turkeys had their opportunities in the last inning for that great grab over there in third base. Robbed them of any kinds of runs. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. DeMoro 0 for 2 so far in this one. 3-2 count. 1 down. Singled up the middle, and that's going to go off the shortstop's glove into center field for a base hit. Robertson rounds third and gets home, and that's going to be the first run of the ball game. The Dogs are going to take a 1-0 lead courtesy of DeMoro's base hit. Not much more you can ask from shortstop right there. Getting to the ball wouldn't have saved the base hit, but it would have definitely kept the ball in the infield, but it was a tough play nonetheless. Now coming up, the right fielder Smith. First pitch he sees is grounded right to second base and goes off the glove. That's going to put runners on first and second. Here in the top of the 7th. It's going to bring up the center fielder Gaither. First pitch he sees is popped back foul. DeMoro at second, Smith at first. Cox on the mound ahead 0-1. That pitch is taken in there for strike 2. The 0-2. In the dirt, gets by the catcher, and that's going to enable the runners to advance up to second and third. Bring the count to 1-2. Gaither so far is 1 for 2 in this one. Banks Cox looking to limit the damage. The 1-2. Driven out to left field. Glimming comes in on it. It's going to be the shortstop that makes the play. Runners will have to hold as the throw comes in. It's cut off by the third baseman. The Disco Turkeys now have a path out of this inning. It's going to bring up Wadzinski. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. First pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1. Turkey's looking to put this inning to bed and get the bats out there to try and tie this game up. The 0-1 is popped back foul. That'll run the count to 0-2. The 0-2. Outside, ball 1. The 1-2. Catches the outside corner, strike 3 looking. The Turkeys are able to get out of the inning and only avoid further damage, only allowing 1 run. Top of the 7th. We'll head down to the bottom of the 7th.
Sorry about the lineup. They started batting out of order, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, Ken was going through the same thing over there on his car. He was like, "What is going on here?"
I didn't even realize it till you came over here, and I went,
Yeah.
what? I love you. I have no idea. If number 10 for the Turkeys comes in, you mind if I get a couple batters for him? I went to high school with him.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Or if you want to do this half, we can just sort of like switch sides.
What we can do is if see that'll be going into the top of the 8th, right?
Yeah.
If he comes in for bottom of the 8th, I can take top of the 9th. or
Okay.
whatever.
That's
just
that
in
works.
case he doesn't come in.
Okay. I was told all day he was supposed to, and then we're coming into the 8th inning, and his older brother was the same grade as me, and he was 2 years below me, so I'd always been around
That's cool.
his brother. And then he's playing at Barton College. Number 10 is one of his teammates I played in college with. So, in a weird connection, I sort of know. Coming here, home half of the 7th. Turkeys gave up 1 in the top half as Banks Cox came in on the mound for the Turkeys. As for the Dogs, they were leaving it on Abe Johnson, who had a very quick last half. Tried to wear that one on the inside corner, inside misses his own. Just like that, it's 1-0 here against Andrew Hall. So far, Hall's 0-2 here tonight at Mando Field. 1-0. Mossy pitch catches the heart of the plate. He evens the count up 1 apiece. Miller waits on deck. Kush is in the hole. There's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Took his head off of it. Never saw it go by on 1-2. Four hit by pitches on the night from Figgery. As for the other side, not a one. Swing and a miss. That's going to be dropped up by Schwartz. Has one play, fires it over to Robertson. Out number one. That drop third strike will bring up the 3-hole of Gage Miller coming in for his third at bat of the night. So far he's 0-2.
Right fielder number 9, Gage Miller.
As I've been mentioning all night, the Turkeys are on a 4-game losing skid, dating all the way back to May 26. Trying to avoid a month of losses. First pitch fly down the right field side, gets out of play. 0-1. They did have one game that was postponed due to rain. That was against Uari Wampuscats on May 29th. That was the first game after the 13-0 victory to Marion. Breaking pitch catches the heart of the plate, down in the count 0-2. Johnson's let go over his 1 1/3 inning of work. So far, 6 pitches thrown in the inning, 22 on his night. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, sits him down for out number 2. 2 very quick outs here, 7 pitches for Johnson. This will bring up Oliver Kush. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight.
Number 34, Oliver Kush.
He singled on a hard ground ball into left field. That pushed runners to first and third, but couldn't do anything with it. Watches that one catch the outside corner, 0-1.
What is he waiting on? They're going with Big Kush.
Fastball in the outer half puts him behind 0-1 in the count. That one's popped up center field, heading towards the wall. Gaither, deepest part of the track, not able to make the grab. In for at least a double, and he'll stay put. A 2-out base knock puts a runner on second. That's Oliver Kush. A deep fly ball that it looked like it was a routine pop-up, but it just kept carrying here at Mando. 342 to dead center, and that went just about 330 just to the left side of second base. This will bring up White Ioninski, trying to find something going here and find a response to the 1 run in the top half. Timely base hitting needed. First pitch here. Fastball down the heart of the plate, 0-1. Bullpen getting loose for the Turkeys. It's Braden Rogers. Checks on his runner at second. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, evens the count, ball and a strike apiece. 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's a 1-1 outside. Watches that one go by as Ioninski gets ahead in the count, 2-1. Under the lights here at Mando. Started under the sun, but sun has started to fade. That gets away from Shorts. A wild pitch pushes Kush up to third base, 90 feet away from tying this one here in the 7th.
Well, this is what close as we do. First third baseman.
Second time the Turkeys have had a runner on third. Second time trying to push home the first run of the night. And first run in 2 games worth of play here at Mando. From the stretch, the 3-1's got to be perfect right down the outside portion of the plate. 3-2 upcoming from Johnson. Another payoff pitch.
You ain't getting that one again.
The payoff pitch line center field, trying to burn Gaither. It will not. Makes the grab and leaves Cush stranded over at third for the second time here tonight. We leave a runner 90 feet away from coming home. Top of the 8th we go, as Cox will remain on the mound. It'll be Modrek, Josie, and Robertson coming top of the 8th.
Welcome back here to Mando Field as we head into the top of the 8th inning. Cox returns to the mound for his second inning of work. His first pitch taken for strike one.
I don't have his name, I just know it's 12.
The 0-1. Fouled back, strike two. The Disco Turkeys still trail 1-0 despite having runners on third in the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 6th. The 0-2. Outside corner, strike three. It's going to bring up Shoemaker. His first pitch he sees is taken up and in for ball one. Had to move the hands out of the way of that one. The 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner. I think he might have went as well. Went around that time. It's going to run this count to 1-2. The 1-2 in the dirt. That'll run the count even. This game is the last game of the weekend for the Mocksville Summer Ball Series. Turkey's looking to find a way back into this one. The 2-2. In the dirt, it's almost same spot as the last one. That'll run the count full.
All right,
Shoemaker so far is 0 for 2. Three-two pitch. In there, called strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Modrak.
Next up, shortstop number 4.
Takes the first pitch off the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. Driven off the pitcher's foot to the second baseman. He makes a throw in time for the out. Disco Turkey's able to put up a 0 as the Dogs hold on to their 1-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 8th.
In this lineup, sorry.
Taking off your disco is PH.
Welcome back to Mando Field as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning. Striding up to the plate is number 7, Eli Joseph. He's 0 for 2 so far. First pitch he sees is taken on the inside corner, strike 1. Jeremiah Johnson returns to the mound for the Dogs, looking for his 3rd inning of work. 0-1 taken inside for ball 1. Brings the count even. The 1-1 taken inside for ball 2. Johnson's 2-1, taking high, ball 3. Prime opportunity here for the Turkeys to get the first runner of the inning on. Oh, he's ahead in the count, 3-1. Takes the pitch just on the outside corner, and this is going to run the count full. The 3-2 taken outside, ball 4, got away from the catcher. He's going to corral it in time to hold Joseph at first base, not allow him to take the extra base. It's going to bring up the catcher, Landon Parker. 0 for 1 so far in this one. Turkey's down 1-0. No outs in this one. You're in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch catches the inside corner, strike one. Johnson so far this inning has done a good job, as we got a pickoff attempt at first base, has done a great job of backdooring that breaking ball in the inside corner. The 0-1, taken for strike two. The left fielder Gilming looming on deck. Johnson's 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. Landon Parker goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Jacob Gilming. 1 for 2 so far here today.
At bat, left fielder number 4, Jacob Gilming.
Joseph on first, one down. First pitch taken outside for ball one. Johnson's 1-0. Breaks away for ball two. Johnson's 2-0. Breaks in there for strike one. That one kind of backed Gilming up a little bit, but it broke back into the strike zone. The 2-1 is chopped over to third base, and that one is going to go foul. So far throughout the previous two at-bats, Jeremiah Johnson really hasn't paid much attention to Joseph over there on first. Count is 2-2. One on, one out. Two is taken outside for ball three. Count runs full. Got time called by the batter here. Runner at first holds. 3-2 pitch is taken on the outside corner, called strike three. Gilming will take the walk back to the dugout. There's now two down, which brings up Brock Welch. Two out, runner on first. Pickoff attempt over at first, not in time. First pitch of the at-bat, taken outside, ball one. The Turkeys have had their opportunities the previous three innings, as that one is taken in there for strike one. They've had their opportunities the previous 3 innings, haven't been able to come through. They were able to get the leadoff batter on here in the bottom of the 8th. But they're down to their last out of the inning. The 1-1. We're going to say he didn't go around and run the count to 2-1. Brock Welch up at the plate is 0 for 2 so far in this one. Second pickoff attempt, not in time. The 2-1. Catches the outside corner, strike 2 to even up the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Runner takes off from first, but it is fouled back. It's the one downside to trying to steal a base when there's 2 strikes and there's 2 outs. If the ball's in the strike zone, the hitter's got to try and attack. Two count. Taken high and away for ball 3. With the 3-2 count, Joseph will be in motion. 3-2 pitch. Taken for ball 4. That's going to put runners on first and second. For Peyton Horn.
Now batting second baseman, number 2, North.
Horn in the last inning had a ball that ate him up pretty bad over there at second base. Could look for a little bit of redemption here. First pitch is chopped foul down the third base line. The Dawgs have gotten a lot of good pitching performances so far here in this one. Johnson is looking to finish up his 3rd inning of work as he steps off. The 0-1. Taken outside and gets away from the catcher, and that's going to enable the runners to move up to second and third. Prime opportunity for the Disco Turkeys. A hit could score 2. The 1-1. Taken outside for ball 2. Joseph at third, Welch at second. The 2-1. Chopped over to the third baseman. Double clutches, makes the throw in time for the out. And the Turkeys are going to come up short yet again. We'll head into the top of the 9th. Turkeys trailing by 1.
Coming here, top of the 9th inning. One last chance here for the Dogs to make a push and increase their insurance from 1 to more. As for the Turkeys, Braden Rogers takes on the mound in replace for Banks Cox. Braden Rogers, a lefty from Davie County High School, which used to play here at Mando Field back prior to the 2017 season. First pitch misses inside, ball 1 from Rogers. His last outing comes back in Pulaski against the River Turtles. Unfortunately, the Turkeys end up losing that one, but I've heard that the Turkeys had Braden Rogers had a very good outing. Unfortunately for him, that just stays fair on the third base side and a leadoff double for Robertson. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Here comes Robertson up to the dish. Apologies there, as it looks like the Hugs are batting in all sorts of positions here. But Robertson is indeed at the dish now. On deck will be number 8 of Schwartz. First pitch offering here from Rogers, misses upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 popped up first base side. That's going to get out of play. Count evens from Rogers, 1-1. Rogers attending Barton College. Just finished up his freshman campaign. Unfortunately has no stats of the season at Barton. His older brother played at Florida Tech. They ended up playing each other this season. Zach Rogers, his older brother, had 1 outing. Unfortunately gave up a run during that 1 outing that was being played at Florida Tech. Unfortunately, the 2 brothers were not able to meet that I'm aware of, as that's fouled down the first base side. Count evens, 2-2. Braden Rogers steps off the back of the mound, trying to find some grip here and a little extra oomph here as it counts 2-2. Robinson rocking the yellow batting gloves. This 2-2's blocked down in the dirt. Has a chance from Parker. Instead, he'll swallow the throw. As runner on second will advance on the pass ball. Or the wild pitch, that is. Has a chance here to do some more damage. Infield's slowly starting to make their way to play in. That's Hall, Ogle, Horn, and Iwanowski. Swing and a miss. Strike him out for out number 1. Trying to leave the runner on third stranded. Here, 1 out for number 8 of Schwartz. Avoiding the first pitch offering. Infield still playing in as that's downstairs, ball 1. This will be the 10th pitch of the inning, that is, from Rogers. Looking to get a sign here from Parker. He's got it. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Low and out. Ball's behind 2-0. This is the second home outing Rogers has had. Last one coming back on, I believe, in Tito, it was the opening weekend. As the Turkeys have had 2 home games. Rogers threw the most pitches out of anybody that weekend, and that was in game number 2, a game that lasted about 4 hours. One and one to count here from Rogers. Man at the plate, Schwartz. Foul tip straight back, nearly got him up on the hands. Rogers trying to find a way to leave the runner on third stranded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, that is, says the home plate umpire.
2-2.
Man on deck is Tomorrow. Here's a 2-2. Popped up right field, giving Chase Miller. At the right center field wall. It's going to one-hop the wall. That's going to score one. A RBI double from Schwartz off of Braden Rogers. That makes it 2-0 here in the top of the ninth. This brings up Tomorrow. Still continuing the inning here in the ninth. 1 out runner on second at Schwartz. First pitch chopped down the third base side, nearly a replica of the leadoff man of the inning. Luckily for him, that went foul, 0-1. The 2 runs coming on the 2 late relievers, Banks Cox and Braden Rogers. 0-1 the count here against Tomorrow. Firing it in, just missing the outside corner. Parker may have had a chance to frame that one, but gave up on it at the last second. One ball and a strike. Rogers checking on his runner, staying put. Foul tip, caught back by Parker. 1 ball, 2 strikes, trying to find any way possible to get out number 2 here in the top of the ninth. Bullpen slowly starting to get warmed up here for the Dawgs. Just now making their way down to the bullpen. Here's a 1-2 outside. As the count will even here from Rogers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rogers so far in the night has given up 1. That came off the RBI double from Schwartz. The 2-2 swung on a missed. Threw a pitch upstairs and he was able to chase it. Gets the strikeout for out number 2 here in the ninth. Last chance here for the Dawgs to add any sorts of insurance. As for the Turkeys, they're going to need at least 2 to find a way to at least push this into extras.
The batter is right fielder number 14, Sam Smith.
They have yet to score 1 run in 2 games. And so far, pitching has been a lights out here. No balls and a strike after a swing and miss to Smith. The 0-1 catches the outside corner. Rogers gets ahead here, 0-2. Runner on second, Schwartz, 2 outs. Trying to keep him there. Dark lights here, Rogers trying to get that sign from Parker. He's got it. Here's the 0-2. Outside trying to bring it in with Parker. Home plate umpire said it was just a tad too far. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be the 22nd pitch of the inning here from Rogers. He threw 61 in his last outing. Back at Wake Forest. Upstairs, nearly gets away from Parker. As he'll have another 2-2 count to work with. Rogers from the left side of the rubber, facing the righty. Firing in the 2-2, swing and a miss. That sits him down and will retire the top half of the ninth. Going bottom of the ninth it is, and Braden Rogers wanted to make a special announcement and say hi to Olivia. Bottom ninth we go, trailing by 2. Coming back here, bottom of the ninth, Turkeys trail by 2, and that's what they need to at least find a way to push this across into extras. On the mounds, Josie, who originally started over at second, is now Modrek that takes over at second. Foul tip straight back, and just like that, down in the count 0-2. Here's the leadoff man of Ogle. It's going to be Ogle, Hall, and Miller here in the bottom half of the ninth. As for Ogle, he's 0 for 3. Trying to find a way to at least push one run across. In the last 2 games, hasn't got any, and that's going to be a leadoff hit by pitch. Puts a runner on first with no outs, for which might be the first time here tonight. That brings the tying run to the plate. Trying to back pick him there, Schwartz. And that's will eat his throw. 1 ball, no strikes here against Hall. One on first, that's Ogle after a leadoff hit by pitch. Once again, even the new relievers have a great control of trying to keep runners at the bases that they're at. Just missing the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes here to the 2-hole of Hall. Hall was well 0 for 3. Reached on an error, grounded out, and struck out swinging so far tonight. Here's a 2-0 upstairs, 3-0. This one's got to be perfect and right in the wheelhouse of Andrew Hall as Miller waits on deck. Kush following suit, followed by Iwanowski, Joseph, and Parker. Trying to keep this going as much as we can. The 3-0 catches the outside corner, 3-1. Still got to be a good pitch here in order to do some damage. But try not to do too much. If he was, that's upstairs. Ball 4 puts runners first and second. Nobody out. Hogue on second after the hit by pitch. Hall reaches on a walk. And so far, still no base hits here in the ninth, but it looks like the coach is going to come out for the Dawgs. Going to take a quick break. We'll be back here after the mountain visit on the Disco Turkey YouTube. Coming back here after the mound visit. So far does not seem to work as that slider misses outside, ball 1. Hogue on second after the hit by a pitch. Hall on first after a 5-pitch walk. So far down the count 1-0 here to Miller. Fastball catches the outside corner. He evens the count 1-1. Still nobody out here in the ninth. Winning run on first. It's being Miller, Kush, and Iwanowski. Checking on the runner at second. Outside nearly gets away from Schwartz. 2-1. Pass ball would be huge. Just under 180 feet away. Subtracting the lead from Ogle. The 2-1. Swings at a pitch above his helmet as the count evens 2-2. As the Turkeys are trying to avoid another strikeout. 8 strikeouts on the night so far from the Dawgs pitching staff. Here's the 2-2. Popped up right side. Infield ground. Robinson gives it chase. Instead will let it go up onto the hill. Count will remain 2-2. Roger, the second baseman holding on the runners. That pitch is upstairs. Full count. Needing this runner any way possible. Whether it's a base knock, hit by pitch, ball 4, it doesn't matter. We need to put him on. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That sits him down swinging. Out number 1, and a double play will end it. Here comes Oliver Kush. He's 0 for 2 so far. One of the best men to have at the plate. Accredited 2 of the 3 base knocks that Turkeys have had tonight. Here's for Kush. He's singled on a hard ground ball on the left and doubled on a fly ball in his last at bat. A double here would be huge. Upstairs, ball 1. That's our Iwanowski. He's 0 for 3 so far tonight. I'd be trying to pitch slightly careful to him, trying to back pick over the second. Disco Turkey fans and players wanting a balk not called. Infield umpire making his way over to the third base dugout. That's the Disco Turkey dugout. Trying to explain why that wasn't a balk and get them to, in a sense, calm things over. As the coach comes out, third base coach that is, comes out for the Turkeys. Apologies there as he was hidden behind the post. After getting the explanation, we are set to go back to play. Man out of play, that being Kush. Down the count, or Apologies, ahead in the count 1-0. Next game will be tomorrow night in Marion, Virginia against the Hungry Mothers. That's just west of Whitville. Bottom half of the zone called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Hall and Ogle, the 2 men on base. Trying to find any way to put a ball in play. The 1-1. Down and out. Ball 2. Unoski on deck, followed by Joseph. Both of those two have yet to get a hit, although Joseph has walked. For now, it's a cleanup spot. Upstairs, watch that one go by. 3-1. Have a free base to put him over at third. As it currently stands, the winning run is at the plate. Tying run stands on first. Here's a 3-1. Outside ball 4. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Tying run in scoring position. And this brings up Wyatt Unoski. So far 0 for 3. But all 3 base runners on the base pass, either hit by pitch or walk. They're going to leave them in. Working from the windup. First pitch offering here to Unoski. Swings at a pitch upstairs, 0-1. Why did you swing first pitch after walking everyone? The 0-1. Fouled straight back, and just like that, down in the count, 0-2. Looks like it's going to come all down to Eli Joseph. Trying to find a way here, 0-2. The pitch. Right down the heart of the plate, sits him down looking, never lifted the bat off his shoulder. Out number 2. 3 runners on base, winning run at first, tying run at second. And the Turkeys have yet to score a run in 2 games. First pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. Trying to work quick here. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, nearly gets away from Schwartz. He evens at 1 apiece. Parker on deck, trying to push it over. Swing and a miss. Swings over top the fastball. 1-2. Trying to push it over the 1-2. Swung on a miss, and that will do it. Final score here tonight. Dawgs 2, Turkeys 0. Turkeys get shut out and on a 5-game losing skid. Next game will be tomorrow night against the Hungry Mothers in Marion. That was our last victory, a 13-0 victory about half a month ago. Once again, final score 2-0 in favor of the Dawgs.